My, what a difference one model year can make. Gone is the V8 with the 2025 Ram. So they ended that in 2024. And this isn't just any Ram, this is the Ram Rebel. So I reviewed the Ram Rebel, the 2024 with the V8, a few months ago. And then they turned around and came out with this. It's got the 3-liter twin-turbo Hurricane engine inline. So a straight six, straight in the row, all the cylinders go. So it's going to be 420 the horsepower, 469 the torque. So what is this thing like? I'm going to give you an engineer's thought on the 2025 Ram Rebel. So the Rebel is going to be your more off-road package. It's a little bit lifted, got the all-terrain tires. So it's a little bit more hardcore than just a regular Ram, but not as light as the Tungsten. And that's like a luxurious Ram. So what do we have here? Our base price is going to be $64,000. But this isn't a base level Ram. The Rebel X here is going to be a fully loaded version. At least this example is going to be. So it's going to be a hair under $79,000. And it's going to come with some features such as your traffic signage is going to have dual wireless chargers, got a panoramic sunroof on here. We're going to have a Ram box, which is just extra utility in the bed back here. So you got Rebel X on here. So we can store things inside of here. We can open up the side of this Ram box for even more storage than a normal Ram would be. And this bed is going to be 5 feet 7 inches. And this gasoline tank on here is going to be 26 gallons, or you can option it to a 33-gallon tank. Me, over the last 7 days, I've averaged 11.6 miles per gallon. The EPA ratings are going to be 17 in the city and 24 on the highway. So I would call that abysmal. It fell way below my expectations. That's probably worse than what we would get in the V8 version of the Ram if it existed in this iteration. But from a 3-liter twin turbocharged Hurricane inline six, no, it's not great. But the power delivery is good. But we'll get to the driving portion of that in just a minute. Let me show you around this Ram. Pop the hood. Little latch right here. Get a good look at it. The future of the Rams here. And this is going to be the base version of this 3-liter twin turbo engine. You can get a higher output with about 540 horsepower, but that's going to be on the RHO, which is, I guess, replacing the TRX, but it's not as powerful, 0 to 60 in 4.5 seconds. But that ain't this. This is the more tame version of that, if you will. In the grill, we're going to have all kinds of cameras and sensors. It has adaptive cruise control, 360-degree cameras. Got our tow hooks down below, rugged all-terrain tires, nice burgundy paint. Gotta love that. Coming on around to the back, we do have a step on the corner of here to help you step into the bed. If you're not close to the Lord and need a little help, boom, step on that right there. Rebel badge on the back as well to complement the badge on the side. Power lift gate back here, which is going to be covered in snow because we got snow, duh, what do you think? LEDs all over the tailgate, all kinds of cameras up top so you can look in the bed behind you for your trailer assistance. We do have rails and other knickknacks in the back so you can tie down whatever you need to in the bed of the pickup truck. This is spray lines, a little option, not too expensive. I'll lift that back on up. Dual exhaust, I like that about the Rams. You can see all these power utility cables down here and auxiliary cables for all your trailering needs. And I personally think, this is about to be opinion based, this is one of the better looking, the best executed pickup truck out here. There's no compromise. But let's step on the inside. Let's hop into the back seat and see what we're working with. Handle to help get on up in here. We have 2 USB A's, 2 USB C's. We have a plug down there, vents, 3-way heated seats in the back seat. Nice. Supple leather, cup holders galore, functional everything. Cup holders down on the floor. Big, luxurious, thick leather mat pockets on the back of the seat. What is this right here? Even a patch of, oh no, that's interesting. The seats are going to have red stitching, red perforation in the background, a little bit of micro suede, not too much. Storage up underneath the center armrest, which has a full-size seat, and 2 more cup holders back here. Full-size seat. Gotta love it. Power window in the back. Panel roof to let all the light in this rather dark drab interior. Not a whole lot of contrast. Everything is just black. So this one isn't equipped with side rails. You might want to option one of those, or maybe in the aftermarket if you need to. So this is going to take you a bit of stretching to get up in here. This is a big truck. Me at 6 feet tall, 5'11" if you want to be a jerk about it, I gotta grab onto this handle and then step up, pull myself in. If you intend on having other passengers, I have my whole family in here. My little daughter struggled, my oldest daughter struggled, my wife struggled. Everybody struggled to get in here because it's such a high suspension off the ground. So I instructed everybody, grab that handle right there in the corner. It's on all 4 doors, so everybody gets that help. Even though there's very little contrasting in here, the materials is very nice. We do have this X from the Rebel X stitched in the seat in red. It's very comfortable, very soft, and the materials around here, even though everything is black, red, and gray, it does have some nice contrasting materials. It's just very subtle to see. Looking at the dash above the cluster, we got leather stitching all across the dashboard. We do have wood grain, black wood grain. Coming on down, we got piano black coming around this giant screen. This might be the 14.6 inch. And looking on down here, got storage on the side of there as well. But we do have like a black chrome with little ridges in it. Nice touches to it. Very subtle, like I said. And then we got wood grain on the cup holders down there. Highly functional truck. In the middle armrest, very comfortable, very plush. Got our Rebel badge on here as well as on the dash up there. This over here is actually a screen. We do have a HDMI cable to where your passenger can watch a screen. Power button right there. Center console is going to be massive. Felt line, multifunctional, multi-purpose. It's not even that many coins. We got pennies, nickels, dimes, quarters, half dollars, $4 coins. Whatever kind of coin you want, they got a slot for it. Nice little picture of the Rams down there, all the way at the bottom. Rubber mat so things don't slide around. We do have tools on here as well. These trucks these days come with so many different features, so many different auxiliaries, buttons, and switches. Like I said, I can do a 30-minute video just on features alone, but I'm going to highlight the things that I do like most. Buried up in the menus, well, it's not buried. We got to go to the comfort menu, which is going to be your HVAC menu, which you have some controls of the fan speed, temperature. We do have a heated steering wheel. It's going to have 3 levels, heated and ventilated seats. When you open the door when it's dark, it illuminates and says RAM on the floor. We also have auto 4x4, 2-wheel drive for a high-low, sport mode, snow mode, ice mode, and then the RHO, this is going to be a launch control mode. So that's more of a Baja truck. So wireless chargers down here, more USB-A, more USB-Cs just for charging. So it's 6 of those things up here. We have a 19-speaker Harman Kardon system. Sounds very good. Sounds great. And then we even have a higher level, even more speakers in the Tungsten edition. I think that one has 23 or 24 speakers. The maneuverability of this truck, it wasn't as intimidating as the Raptor R that I recently drove, but like driving around, perfectly fine. And the steering wheel is chunky, thick, like a thick steering wheel. But when I went to an ATM, I had no issues hanging out the window. You did have to hang out, and for the shorter preview, you might have to open the door. And I did get scared in the parking garage. It was so close to the ceiling, like a 7-foot ceiling. You'll be like this close away from the ceiling, which is terrifying. I did 2 miles an hour through the whole parking garage. So beware, especially if they have cautions hanging from below that 7 feet. You got to drive around that and be cautious and careful. And don't hit a bump up in there or you're going to be right up into the ceiling. I did that once in the Workman before. Terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. I had to scrape everything coming back out the garage. I had an experience with this Ram that I didn't like, and I'm about to try to replicate that now. So what happened, one of my children didn't close the door all the way, the passenger or the rear driver's seat door. It wasn't closed all the way. So I'm like, all right, I'm at a light. Let me just close the door. So can't remember if I put it in park or not, but I stopped the vehicle. I was stopped at a red light. I turned around and tried to open the door and just close the door while still being in drive. And when I tried to take off, the car didn't move. It's actually doing it right now, but it's moving now. But I don't know what the heck happened at that light to where it wouldn't take off. So I shift from park or from drive to park, back to drive, nothing. I just hear the engine revving. I don't know what kind of, well, it's a safety feature because sometimes when you open the door while you're driving, cars tend to just slam it in park. This car didn't slam it in park, but it put it in neutral, so I couldn't move. So it might have been in park too, I'm not sure. But that was kind of terrifying. So I had to turn the vehicle off and back on. So it took me about 20 seconds to figure out what was going on. Let's take the 2025 Ram Rebel X for a quick spin. So I rappel to get up in here. Sometimes the infotainment connects lightning quick. Sometimes it takes a minute or so. Sometimes I get impatient. I just go to the phone screen and connect my phone. Oh, y'all can't see the previous users. All right, 10 to 15 seconds later, there we go. I recall the Rams having a gear selector up here and gives you more space down here as opposed to one of these. I'm not sure if they did that in the 25s, but it's interesting to see that. Slapstick if you want to go to sport mode. It also goes into that S when you flick a paddle shifter, and we'll test out the paddle shifter on this drive. But let's get on the road. This one is definitely not as intimidating as that Raptor are. I want to slam on the brakes. Much more composed. So I assume it's because the engine doesn't weigh as much as that honking supercharged V8 as my stuff slams into the seat behind me. But it definitely drives perfectly fine, just like a car. This is a very competent ride in this Ram. So what I want to do is check the turning radius. We got snow piled up where I would normally get as close to the curve as I possibly could. We got a truck we can get over there even closer than we could a car. But we're just going to go up here and just cut the wheel all the way, see how we can maneuver, because it is important to maneuver these in the parking lot. And this is a huge fail, as it is a giant truck. You're gonna have to make 2 maneuvers to get up out of here. Most cars make it through in just one straight up turn. They have excellent turn radius, but this big trucks, they all tend to fail. So now we're gonna get on our moon simulator. Since it snowed twice and they plowed it and it's been freezing rain, this is horrible. But this Ram Rebel can take this. My cars, no. It's craters. This thing is messed up. Somebody even plowed one of the caution walk across the street signs. But let me be quiet, let you hear how quiet it is. Very refined in handling. The dampening in here is excellent. This is one of the smoother rides that you can get in any vehicle, and it's even more surprising that we're on all-terrain tires and it's still quiet in here. You don't hear a lot of external road noise. Sound dampening on here is amazing. I can see why so many people buy these, and the sales have slipped over the past couple of years. It was number 2 to the F-150, but now rumor has it that the RAV4 passed up the F-150, because they include the F-250 and 350s, and the Ram slipped to like 5th place, I think. But that's not to say that it's a bad vehicle. Other cars just stepped it up. These things are getting expensive. Like I said, this one's almost, what, $80,000? But man, the ride is so good on here. You can go through anything. I don't even know what that beeping noise was, to be honest. All these safety features turned on. Somebody's either in a blind spot. I have no idea what that was. I got used to it this week. Easy to drive. Steering wheel comfortable. Driving position comfortable. You can adjust the pedals down, below. Can see everything. The windshield is smaller because it's a lot of dash up here. You got more side window than front windshield. But visibility is good. It's just smaller. Stylistically, it looks great, but you're not missing anything. Trust me. This is one of those types of vehicles you'll see on The Walking Dead. You can just drive over any and everything, not have to worry about anything but gas if you got to siphon gas during the zombie apocalypse, because you'll be at that gas station quite often. So now I want to test the acceleration. This is the absolute worst day. Actually, yesterday was worse, but at least the roads are plowed. I haven't had a good chance to test out how this vehicle takes off. I want to see what that'd be like. Let me put it in sport mode real quick. We're going to take it off sport mode and put it back in auto mode. I don't like driving with traction control off, especially in these types of conditions. So we're just going to ease on into it. Super potent powertrain. Like, it's torquey throughout the whole way. I love inline 6s, and this is a great inline 6. That efficiency just isn't there. But let's take it on the expressway and see what that is like, driving at higher speeds. We do have a nice head-up display in here too. These paddle shifters are metal, so it's nice feeling. All your touch points are going to be nice and soft. Got an 8-speed transmission as well. Plows missed a spot. Look over my shoulder, merge on in, get up to speed. Super comfortable. I really get the appeal of this. It's easy learning curve to learn how to drive one of these. It's super simple. I love how customizable the cluster is. All these different screens we got up here, from navigation to just everything you would want to know about this truck. All kinds of off-road modes. So today is very windy, so you might hear some wind noise just because it's like 30-mile-an-hour winds out here. But normally, super quiet. You can hear a pin drop. With adaptive cruise control in here, it's not going to keep the line. It's just going to speed up and slow down when somebody gets in front of you. Unfortunately, nobody's in front of me for me to test that out and see what it does with this vehicle in front of us. So it's nice. It eased off the accelerator. I hate it when the car just hits on brake instead of ease off the accelerator. It did that. We're following kind of close. Let me extend my range distance up. That's where it hit on the brakes. Actually, they're driving kind of slow. Let me turn that off and focus on driving. The competitors for this Ram Rebel is going to be like the Trimmer F-150s, Raptor. I'm not sure. The Rebel and the RHO, and the Raptor and the Trimmer, not sure. One of the TRD Toyotas. Those are going to be your main competitors, like your more ballsy off-roady type of full-size trucks. And to be honest, this one might be my favorite one. It's just easy to live with, not intimidating, looks amazing, smooth, comfortable, quiet. It's an all-in-one vehicle. Now we're about to hit our steering and handling course right here, which I don't expect it to do well at all. This is a gigantic truck, but it's got a decent amount of steering feel, I guess. This isn't meant for that. It shouldn't even be on a steering and handling course at all. But it does have enough driving feel to it, pedal feel. It's just a comfortable daily driver that can be such a huge workhorse for all the utilitarian features that it does have on it. And it's so many, man. It's too many to go over. That's why I just kept it at this, what this engine is like. And let me use these paddle shifters. Go ahead and give me some downshifts. Fourth gear is going to be right there in the corner. Don't want to hit it here because our plows have they drunk or something. They didn't do a good job plowing these roads out here. Got some slop in this lane. Jeez. Very smooth transmission and shit. Not lightning quick, nor should it be. But those shifts are seamless. Not sure how to get it back to go to this mode manually, but I'll just slap the stick and put it back in manual mode. So that'll be it. 2025 Ram Rebel. If you got any questions, let me know. Drop a comment. I would love to discuss it down there with you. If you know something about this Ram that I didn't go over, please share it with me. So that's all I gotta say about that, y'all. You remember to drive safe, and I will catch you in the next video. Peace out.